in a row that he hasn't beaten Jan Oblak, but he does have another 30 minutes, of course, 2 15-minute halves to come. And if we're still level after 30 minutes, we will be off to our first penalty shootout at Euro 2024 in potentially Cristiano Ronaldo's last international tournament. It is still 0-0, no way through for Portugal or Slovenia in their first ever knockout match at an international tournament. Let's head back over to Frankfurt with Chris Wise and Karen Bardsley.
So for the second time in consecutive nights at this UEFA Euro 2024 tournament, we have 30 more minutes. Last night it was Jude Bellingham late on for England to take it to extra time, and then Harry Kane right at the start of it to get the job done. How will this play out this evening? Here is Pepe. Ronaldo Silva, this is going to be a real test of the legs now. And a test of the minds as well. A tug on Nuno Mendes. Portugal free kick.
It's Elshnik does a really good job of making sure he's touch tight, not allowing anyone to force and turn and run you.
Just change of direction from Nuno Mendes. Silva. Pepe. Nuno Mendes. When he gets motoring, he is dynamite from that left-back position as well, and they are high right now, the full-backs for Portugal. Bruno Fernandes chanced his arm. Bounced off Stankovic. Nuno Mendes. Oh, what a pass that is. Cristiano Ronaldo perhaps wasn't quite alert enough to it.
Now, to be fair, there was no backlift from Nuno Mendes at all when he went to whip that ball into the area. Just picks it up in a lovely area of space. Outside with the left foot and just kind of, like you say, catches Ronaldo unawares.
A little further away from Cristiano Ronaldo perhaps than I initially anticipated it was, but nevertheless take nothing away from that pass from Nuno Mendes because it was perfect. Stankovic, one of the substitutes, young Goran Stankovic, who plays his club football with Sturm Graz in Austria. Oh, Pepe, bit of indecision. Sella was sniffing around. Here he is. Sella. Elshnik. Away from Nuno Mendes, Elshnik. Needed Pepe to step in. Back in by Karničnik. Here by Cancelo. Be Diogo Costa's.
Oh, and Elshnik does so well to get into the box and create some threat that we haven't really seen a lot of from Slovenia so far. But again, it's that composure in the final third. That last pass just doesn't seem to quite come off.
Portugal are getting a taste from Slovenia of what England got in the group, what Denmark got in the group too from them. Seysal's ball hit Stankovic. He's going to have to get on with this in terms of clearing it, and he did. Got it again with Palhinha. On by Conceição. Cancelo. Nuno Mendes to try and hook it back in. Ball has gone out for a goal kick.
Portugal really throwing numbers here. There's not really many behind the ball. And again, it's a good effort and attempt, but yeah, unfortunately the ball just goes out of play. But that's really what Slovenia have been limiting to Portugal to tonight.
Team that really are all about the collective, Slovenia. Oh, mistake. He's given it to Verbic, and the shot which has deflected away for a corner. Well, that was a nervy moment for Portugal. Benjamin Verbic nearly capitalised upon it. João Cancelo breathing slightly heavily.
And it's a lazy touch from Cancelo, and he struggles to react. But Verbic is there first. And it's again Ruben Dias there with the block. Somebody who's done so exceptionally well at Manchester City this last season.
The Slovenian fans behind Diogo Costa's goal are bouncing and believing. Gnezda Cherin's corner off Nuno Mendes. On by Elshnik, prodded away by Nuno Mendes. And then thrashed wide by Stankovic. Wasn't the easiest technique for him to distribute.
No, it certainly wasn't. Didn't quite drop for him. And again, it's about finding yourself in those areas and being calm and being able to manage the emotions. And he just absolutely snatches at it, and it goes nowhere near the goal. And those chances are going to be far and few between for Slovenia.
Bruno Fernandes. Nuno Mendes on the stretch, kept it. Here's Diogo Jota. Back with Pepe. Linya. Diaz. Conceição. Linya. Five. 5-4-1, 4-4-2, whatever you want to call it from Slovenia. They are certainly very well drilled, aren't they?
They're all on different lines to each other. They're all filling in the respective spaces, especially in the half space. They're so difficult to play through.
Linya hit the post in the first half for Portugal. Arguably had their greater opportunities in the first 45 minutes than the second, Roberto Martinez's team.
Again, just slight miscues and slight passes, aren't they? Just not necessarily look like they're on the same page. And there's that Verbic opportunity there, that block from Ruben Dias. Some claims for handball. It's had it all tonight, this game. Paulini's looking a little bit fatigued, struggling to get across when the ball goes out wide to Bernardo Silva to link play. At times Bruno Fernandes is looking to fill in.
Played by Gnezda Cherin. Well, we've had some tight games inside this stadium in the past couple of weeks. Slovakia beating Belgium by 1-0. Then we've seen 3 1-1s here. England, Denmark, Germany, Switzerland. Slovakia, Romania only a few days ago. This is equally squeezed tonight. But of course we have to have a winner, that's the difference.
We have seen a lot of firsts, haven't we? We saw the first upset in the stadium, and are we going to see the first penalties?
Jota. Elshnik alongside him. Jota's got it into the penalty area. Biol wasn't sure. Must have got the shout from Oblak. Got it away from danger.
Again, maybe he looks a bit unsure about whether or not he did or not get the shout from All Black, I mean, but ultimately when you're a defender, you know that you have to be the one that makes that decision. Take the game into your own hands.
It's going to be another short corner routine from Portugal here. It is. It is with Bernardo Silva. Teed up for Bruno Fernandes. This is Conceição. Conceição's cross, and All Black again. Not in any way perturbed.
Not at all. Again, making it so difficult for any of the Portuguese attack to get any sort of contact or free attempt on the ball. Loaded back post, loads of bodies. But ultimately, the contact from Diogo Jota comes to absolutely nothing.
A card produced from the referee for that pull on Palinha's shirt. It might have been Stankovic who was the offender. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it was.
He knew he was beaten. Stankovic had to slow down that Portuguese attack.
And the Portuguese free kick is a quick one. And the unfortunate party is Conceição has lost his balance. League winner in Austria this season, Jon Goran Stankovic with Sturm Graz. Has some experience of Germany as a youngster though, because he was with Borussia Dortmund in his teenage years. With only 4 of this Slovenia squad play in one of Europe's top 5 leagues, they are a national team as a whole that are greater than the sum of their parts. What they do have is one big presence in goal in the form of Jan All Black, and there is nobody better for nights like this. Minutes already ebbing away here. Up from Balkovets. Yeah. Throw's not gone Portugal's way.
Slovenia are just so mature in their performance, so disciplined, and when they go out to press, tend to get touch tight. Good decision making about not to jump out of their shape and leave any gaping holes vulnerable to play through.
Jota, fresh-legged, running strongly, tumbling. There's a loose ball, and it's going to be a penalty. The penalty's been given to Portugal. Well, he took his time, but the Italian referee has deemed the contact on Diogo Jota to be worthy of a spot kick. And now the drama has gone up a notch.
Oh my word. It's a lovely little run into the area, and as soon as you're in that area, you cannot be touched, and Jurisic just loses his control, gets caught flat-footed, goes in to make the challenge and completely makes the dog's dinner of it.
And it is as if the storylines are already being written here. Who is going to have this Portugal penalty? One would assume it will be him. It is going to be Cristiano Ronaldo. Still looking for his first goal at Euro 2024. To go with the 14 that he has scored in total down the years at European Championships. Slovenia doing everything they can to disrupt Ronaldo. But now the only one that can stop him is Oblak. And on the cusp of the end of the first half of extra time, Portugal's big chance to strike, and the king is stood over the spot kick. Ronaldo, Oblak saves it, and it's a remarkable stop. He always gets the headlines, Ronaldo, but this one does not belong to him.
My goodness, what a fantastic save from Jan Oblak. Tremendous, standing massively tall, such presence in the Slovenian goal. He went up and stood in front of Ronaldo at the spot, showed him how big he was, and he knew that he was going to make that save as he went down to his left.
And still no tournament goal in 2024 for CR7. But Slovenia need to stay switched on here. They need to stay alert. The ball fizzed across. There's one or two shouting for another penalty here. Maybe they've spotted a handball in there, some of the Portuguese players. Daniele Ossato has just given an indication that he doesn't want this throw to be taken straight away. And I think he is blown for half-time in extra time, with clear evidence that he's come off the knee of Jan Seller. Well, this is quite extraordinary. It is 0-0 at half-time in extra time. But when Cristiano Ronaldo stood over that penalty, everyone thought it would be an entirely different tale.
Absolutely tremendous from Jan Oblak in the Slovenian goal. You could see his size, his presence, as I mentioned. He was walking up to Cristiano Ronaldo as he was about to kind of take the kick, and there was a scuff around the penalty area. And we saw a graphic that came up about Ronaldo's last penalties, and there were several in that bottom left-hand corner of the goal. And Oblak will have known that. He will have done his research, but what a confident goalkeeper he is. What an agile save for a man his size to get down that quickly. Absolutely tremendous to keep Slovenia in this.
And Cristiano Ronaldo is fighting back the tears. And his Portuguese teammates right now are consoling him. He's not fighting them back anymore, he's letting it all out. He is feeling this. And they know that they need him to lift his head and go again, because there is still 15 minutes of football to be played. And who knows, we might have a situation where Ronaldo and Oblak face off again.
I remember a few years ago where Cristiano Ronaldo was actually the 5th penalty taker, and he didn't actually get to take the penalty to potentially win the game. If it does get to that point, I'm sure he'll want to ensure that that does not happen again. But Ronaldo cannot dwell on that moment. It's absolutely massive that he steps up and puts the team on his shoulders.
These are iconic pictures you're seeing right now. And who knows where we go from here. But for now, everyone needs to be talking about that penalty save from Jan Oblak, because that is one of the greatest, I think, in a European Championship.
You know, from this angle, from the angle on the pitch and watching it back then, it's actually a really poor penalty from Ronaldo. In terms of the height, it's a good height for Jan Oblak to get to. And it certainly didn't look like it was that easy to start with. But it's still, you save to save, you have to make it.
Well, the Portuguese fans are subdued. The Slovenian supporters are beginning their party, and some cannot believe what they have seen tonight. And here comes another tale. Josip Ilicic, at 36 years old, who has returned to the national team after 2.5 years, after battling depression, after leaving Atalanta. A surprise call-up to the Slovenia squad for this European Championship, and he is now on
What a moment to come on in a game like this. After a save like that, pulling back the momentum, how quickly can he get up to the rhythm and the tempo of the game?
So catch your breath, 15 minutes to go. Still 0-0. But the great Cristiano Ronaldo has blundered from the spot. And we might have more penalties here. We just might. Jakubio has been booked, and that's bad news for him, because if Slovenia do get to the quarterfinals, he will not be able to play a part, Jakubio. He will be suspended.
I think as a player, you don't want to get to that situation, you know, where the what ifs. I think he just had to have to deal with the situation there and then, and make sure if you do get to the next stage, you'll deal with it then, but you have to get through.
What next? What next in Frankfurt? Diaz. Body checked over, but the advantage is with Portugal. João Cancelo, that is absolutely ridiculous from Balkovets. I mean, he's going to be booked. Of that, there is no doubt.
Cancelo just puts the ball past him, and Balkovets just has eyes on Cancelo. It's a cynical challenge, that. Cynical foul.
He charged at João Cancelo like a rhino there. You're Balkovets. Still not happy about it either, Cancelo. Portugal have committed all but a couple forward for this free kick. Bruno Fernandes whizzing it in, the header towards Oblak's goal, which he wasn't sure about. From Palhinha, tipped away, corner Portugal.
It's a lovely, lovely shape ball in from Bruno Fernandes. It's well met by Palhinha. He found that lovely little pocket of space in between the lines and forced the save from Oblak. Just got to be sure it tips it over the bar. Comfortable.
Does have a couple of goals to his name in Portugal colours, João Palhinha. Fernandez's delivery, Pepe's header, Oblak stretching, Oblak cleared out. Took a mighty wallop from Cristiano Ronaldo as the battle rages on. He is having the game of games tonight, Jan Oblak.
And he has to. He absolutely has to. Good contact here from Pepe to win the first ball. Cristiano Ronaldo. A little bit high with the elbow for me, but in real time that looked... Look at his two bodies coming together. In real time it looked a lot worse than that, to be honest. Life of a goalkeeper, Chris.
Apology from Cristiano Ronaldo. Confirmation of that yellow card for Jakubio, which will rule him out of a quarter-final if Slovenia are there. He's got to put that to the back of his mind for now. Here's Verbic. Trying to get it back off Palhinha. Stankovic. Verbic. Offside.
A little bit of gamesmanship going on here, there and everywhere.
Well, there's some bite to this now, isn't there?
I mean, Slovenians are doing anything they can to kind of frustrate Portugal, keep them from getting into that rhythm. And I do feel that so Portugal are falling into that trap a little bit. Just need to keep a cool head, stick to the game plan. As we've seen over the course of these 109 minutes we've played so far, the opportunities will come. Just hearing that Maciej Kek, you might have just seen there on your screen,
At the end of first half of extra time, he has received a straight red card, Maciej Kek. I'm not too sure what's for. We'll see if we can get some confirmation on that. One would presume something he said, but he is now no longer in the dugout for Slovenia. The coach, Verbic, is tripped. Slovenia with the set piece, and in shooting distance of Diogo Costa's goal.
And what a difference Benjamin Verbic has made as he's come on here. So confident with the ball at his feet. Diogo Jota trying to poke the ball back, win the ball back. Probably forgot where he was in relation to the pitch, but a dangerous opportunity here for Slovenia, just at the edge of the area.
One that is going to have him sweating a little bit. He too was yellow carded amongst the flurry of activity that happened at the end of that first half of extra time. Roberto Martinez. And it is one of those nights where you are saying, right, what next? Because we are expecting something.
Slovenians really need to take their time here, get the setup right, take the moment, the approach, the ball, all of the details.
Ilicic, Gnezda Cherin, both seeing if they can find a way to test Diogo Costa. Ilicic, it's into the wall. No famous story for him for now.
Ruben Diaz was absolutely passionate about that wall, pulling Pepe closer and closer together. Diogo Costa trying to organize from behind.
Sal, last touch goes out off Balkovets.
But the detail there from Ruben Diaz in terms of taking the time to get the details right prevented that opportunity going on target. It was a good wall.
Pepe, how are those legs still going? And then Mendes fighting for it. Slovenia have it. And potentially advantageously getting themselves into a good position here, but the cavalry wasn't arriving in time. Šeško and co were not on the scene quick enough to help.
No, they won't. Seller was on his own. And the ball just basically got caught underneath his feet, and the Portuguese defense caught up with him before he knew what happened and was dispossessed.
Good win there from Seller, though. This is Stankovic. Here he is again, Seller. On the overlap goes Karničnik, who has been fed a ball that was too heavy.
Ilicic trying to get to the pace of the game and just overplays that ball.
Well, whatever happens from here, they should be so proud of the way their team have played tonight.
The whole tournament so far has been tremendous for them. Quite a feat indeed.
Stoic and Slovenia belong in the same sentence. It is the largest amount of Slovenian fans that have ever followed their team to a major tournament, from Stuttgart to Munich and to Cologne, and now here in Frankfurt, where many perhaps did not believe it possible to be. And they're 6 minutes away from a penalty shootout against Portugal. Cancelo. Sal. Balkovets has to be careful, he's on a yellow card, but he's done very well. And with a bit of support, Slovenia clear. Oh, Pepe's made a mess of it. He's presented it to Šeško. Here's the moment, and Diogo Costa stops it. Oh, my word. Well, if you thought Ronaldo's chance was big, that's the chunkiest one of the lot for Šeško.
And Pepe just gets caught in two minds. The ball just leaves his feet, and Šeško is on his way. Oh, what a missed opportunity, but a tremendous save from Diogo Costa.
It does keep giving this game, and it still might. Conceição. Lively, electric Conceição. Waved by Karničnik. Well, the pure thrill of this. But how on earth is Slovenia not in front? And of everybody they'd want that chance to come to, it would be Benjamin Šeško.
And he picks his head up and he looks at the goal and he sees Diogo Costa and you think maybe he can take an extra touch. There's such a big distance between Šeško and Diogo Costa. Maybe perhaps he could have gone left around him, but the indecision has cost Slovenia ultimately.
Nelson Semedo and Ruben Neves waiting to come on for Portugal. It's not a change that's going to happen just yet. Maybe coach is thinking about penalties and potential penalty takers now. And you're almost at the point now where you feel that spot kicks, as unfair as it is, would only be the fair way to separate these two.
Obviously, you never want to see anything like that when the game is ultimately decided in penalties, but it's really incredible when we think about the two footballing philosophies that we see on the pitch, and that Portugal haven't managed to put any of their opportunities away. And the same for Slovenia, indeed. They've had them few and far between.
Well, Cancelo's had a great game, but he's off, and Nelson Semedo's on. Pepe's legs have run their course. He departs to great acclaim as well. And if it doesn't go Portugal's way tonight, it might well be the last time we've seen Pepe in a Portuguese jersey. Ruben Neves has come on too. Two and a half minutes to play. Conceição. Diaz. Ruben Neves. And Semedo. The play from Balkovets.
This is tense, Chris. This is really tense. The emotion, you can feel the nation behind Slovenia, urging them on to get a result here, to get to penalties, to have an opportunity for Jan Oblak to shine.
Still have never won a game at a European Championship, Slovenia, but 5 of their 6 matches in the history of this tournament have ended in draws. And they are keeping Portugal at arm's length right now. The 2016 champions with one final chance, but Oblak comes and scoops it out of the air.
And to the right of us, the Portuguese analysts are throwing their hands in the air over their heads. In exasperation, they can't believe what they're seeing in front of them. And neither can I, frankly. It's been such a great, resolute performance from Slovenia.
Two coaches whose thoughts might be turning to shootouts now for sure. Conceição, last 60 seconds. Portugal flooding bodies forwards, but they need the delivery. Bruno Fernandes delicately. Nuno Mendes taken away from him. And away for a corner for Portugal.
Defiant defending. Listen, the Slovenians are putting their body on the line, whatever it takes, if it's a toenail.
Conceição. Great challenge. Brilliant, brilliant tackle. Back in it comes from Bruno Fernandes. Ronaldo lunged. Neves had a crack. And it may well be the last shot of the game until we arrive at penalties.
And that ultimately sums up the night, I think, for the Portuguese. Here's that opportunity again from Šeško. Again, I think he's got so much time, he doesn't realize. He doesn't need to take the effort from there. Can he go around to the right, to the left? Diogo Costa has committed.
So 60 seconds added on at the end of the 120, at the end of a mammoth, pulsating, tense occasion. We've had some plot twists. We really have had some plot twists. Is there a final one in Frankfurt? Nelson Semedo. Conceição. Lifted forward by Neves. And Conceição seen out of it. And Balkovec seizing the chance to celebrate in front of those Slovenia supporters because they think the job is done.
There were question marks around Balkovec as the final whistle goes.
And so it will be penalties. That is how we will get a winner here. Portugal, with their array of brilliant players, unable to break down the brilliant Slovenia, who themselves so easily could have won it in extra time too. The narrative compelling, and the penalties on the way shortly. And such pride, Karen.